David Moyes has had 3 jobs, 2 sackings and a relegation, and still has 19 months left on 6-year Manchester United contract he signed in 2013. July 1, 2013 was day 1 of David Moyes and #X27, 6-year contract as Manchester United manager. But, just 7 months later, he was out of the door after a disastrous campaign. There are 19 months remaining of the deal, which would have expired on June 30, 2019. In that time, things have gone from bad to worse for the Scot, who has seen his reputation hit rock bottom. Moyes was deemed by some as heir to the great Sir Alex Ferguson after achieving questionable success at Everton. And his first match as United boss was a 4-1 victory away at then EFL Cup holders Swansea, but it was all downhill from there. The Welsh side got their revenge by eliminating United from the FA Cup with a stoppage-time winner at Old Trafford in the 3rd round. And the inevitable dismissal arrived on April 22, 2014 with 4 league games remaining, after Champions League qualification had become mathematically impossible. The disastrous season set United back years, and the drastic change in mentality is something the club are still suffering from now. Moyes and #X27, reputation took a battering in that spell, and West Ham have provided him with one final chance. 5.5 months after leaving Old Trafford, he was hired as boss of Real Sociedad. He claimed a memorable win over Barcelona, which actually sparked Luis Enrique and #X27's men into life, and into an incredible run of wins which culminated with treble success. But he struggled with the language and was sacked for a second time in just over a year after a poor start to the 2015-16 campaign. After a year out of the game, he was hired as manager of Sunderland. And that was no doubt the nadir of his managerial career thus far. From overwhelmingly poor results to charges for sexist remarks, anything that could go wrong for Moyes did go wrong. Sunderland recorded just 6 wins all season, finishing rock bottom and suffering relegation to the Championship. Moyes quit, but certainly didn't end #X27 leave with his head held high. He has been given the shock chance to manage again in the Premier League, as West Ham earmarked him as the man to save them from relegation. A move which has upset the large majority of their supporters. And, 3 games in, they have 1 point, 1 goal and have conceded 7. Going from a 6-year deal at United to 6 months at West Ham is a clear sign of just how much his stock has fallen. Last night was a chance to make a statement with the first win over his struggling former side since leaving them. But a limp West Ham were battered 4-0 by Everton. If he makes it to the end of the season, it will be 3 jobs since leaving Old Trafford. And he will still have a year left on that United contract he signed back in 2013.